Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we did our kirtan, we said Yug Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yajna Ki Jai. So who said that this Harinam Sankirtan is Yug Dharma? Is it because we are doing Harinam Sankirtan? Is that why we are saying that it is Yug Dharma? Or is there any scriptural backing behind it? So yes, there is. Srimad Bhagavatam, in 11th canto, we see a narration when Vasudevji, Krishna's father in this Leela, he approaches Narad Muni and he asks for instructions for spiritual realization. So then Narad Muni quotes a conversation between King Nimi and Nav Yogendras. Nav Yogendras are the 9 saintly sons of Rishabdev, who was also an incarnation of Krishna. So Narad Muni is quoting that conversation, and Narad Muni, and then in that conversation, King Nimi is asking Nav Yogendras about how the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, in which colors and in which forms he appears in various yugas. So then one of the Nav Yogendras, Kar Bhajan Muni, he starts describing. So one by one he describes every yuga, Sat Yug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug. And when he comes to Kali Yug, he says in which form and color the Lord will appear in Kali Yug. So he says that Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnai Sankirtanai Praye Yajanti Hi Sumedhasa. He says that in Kali Yuga, Supreme Personality of Godhead will come in a form who will do Krishna Varnam. He will keep repeating the Varna, the word Krishna Krishna. So he will continuously chant the names of Krishna. And he will be Tvisha Krishnam. Tvisha means the complexion, the luster. So his complexion, his Tvisha will be a Krishna. Means it will not be blackish, it will be golden. So like Radharani's complexion, Radharani, we say Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, her complexion is like Kanchan, like gold. So he says that the form of Krishna that will appear in Kali Yuga, he will have golden complexion. And how will he come? Will he come alone? No. He will come Sango Pangastra Parshadam. He will come with his Sangha, his associates, his Panga, his servitors, and his Parshads, his companions. And he will come with Astra, Sango, Panga, Astra, Parshadam. So he will bring a weapon. Which weapon? He will bring the weapon of Yagnai Sankirtanai Praye. He will bring the weapon of the Sankirtan Yagna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, Yagna Nam Japa Yagnosmi. Out of all the sacrifices, I am the Jap Yagna. I am the sacrifice of chanting of my names. So in Kali Yuga, when Supreme Personality of Godhead will come, the weapon he will bring will be Sankirtan Yagna. And who will follow him? Yajantihi Sumedhasa. So in Kali Yuga, those people who are Sumedhasa, Medha means intelligence, Sumedhasa means those who have good intelligence. The intelligent people of Kali Yuga, they will worship him. So that is the prediction we have about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in Srimad Bhagavatam and him bringing the Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan. So, and also, so we saw what Srimad Bhagavatam says about Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan for Kali Yuga. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 3.19, that Yuga Dharma Pravartaimu Nama Sankirtana Chari Bhava Bhakti Diye Nachamu Bhuvana that I will come in Kali Yuga and I will inaugurate Pravartemo. I will inaugurate the Yuga Dharma, which is Harinam Sankirtan, and Chari Bhava Bhakti Diye. I will give everyone bhakti, the loving devotional service in four bhava, the four bhavas of Raganuga Bhakti, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I will freely distribute these bhava bhakti and Nachamu Bhuvana. I will make the whole world dance on the tunes of Harinam Sankirtan. So that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says about Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan. And apart from that, different scriptures, Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, Brihad Naradiya Puran and Srimad Bhagavatam, they all have one common verse which says that Krite Yadhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajato Madhai Tvapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tad Harikirtanam. That the same result that people used to get in Krita Yuga. In Krita Yuga is another name for Satyug. The same result people used to get in Satyug by Dhyayato Vishnu, by meditating on the form of Lord Vishnu. The same result people used to get in Treta Yuga by doing various sacrifices, fire sacrifices. And in Dwapar Yuga by Paricharya. Paricharya means Seva, the service of the deities, of the Archa Vigraha forms. So the same result people in Kali Yuga will get by Harinam Sankirtan. So 5,000 years ago, more than 5,000 years ago in Srimad Bhagavatam has predicted the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and him inaugurating the Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan. And then just more than 500 years ago from now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did appear in the state of Bengal near Naudvi. And he did freely distribute the chanting of the holy names. So yes, Harinam Sankirtan is the Yuga Dharma, is the prescribed way of attaining the goal of human life in Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, the Lord has put all his energies, he has invested all his energies in his name, Nam Nam Akari Bahuta Nija Sarva Shaktis. And what is Sankirtan? Sankirtan is a Sanskrit word which means some, means together, it's perfect, complete, and Kirtan means the congregational chanting, congregational glorification of the Lord's names. So Sankirtan means congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada often used to use this word chanting to include both our kirtan and japa. So kirtan means when the devotees get together and we do loud kirtan with music and all, so that is kirtan. And when a devotee alone chants on their tulsi beads, and that is their personal sadhana, so that is our jap, that is our chanting. So any kind of glorification of Lord through his names, it is called Sankirtan. And it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire that people all over the world, in every town and village, they get to know his name. So there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita where he says that Prithvi te achayat nagaradi grama Sarvatra prachara haive mura nama, that in every town and village of the world, people will know my name and they will sing my glories. So in the same parampara of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, around 1960s, Srila Prabhupada came to the Western countries in 1965. And he brought this same Sankirtan movement to the Western countries. So this Harinam, this Hare Krishna movement that we are in, it is not some new religion or a new discovery. It is the same religion that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established about 500 years ago. It is just a global expansion of that Sankirtan movement. So yes, chanting is the Yug Dharma. It is very important. We accept that. But how to chant? How to chant perfectly? So who will tell us how to chant? The same person who told us that we need to chant, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, that according, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Krishna came as Krishna in Vrindavan, when he took Krishna incarnation, he gave Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have 18,000 verses. But when Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he was a great scholar of the scriptures in his childhood, he used to be called Nimai Pandit. Pandit because he was a scholar of scriptures. But he didn't write many books. He took sannyas at the age of 24, and then the rest of the 24 years he traveled throughout India, spreading the Sankirtan movement, and later residing in Jagannath Puri. So in his later days, he gave just 8 verses which give the essence of devotional life. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, he distilled the process of bhakti into 8 verses, and he just gave 8 verses which are known as Sikshastakam. And his disciples, Ramanand Rai and other disciples, they compiled, they saved these verses, and they kept them as these Sikshastakam, the 8 jewels that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. So out of these 8 verses, one of the verse, it gives us the mood of how to chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells us that we must chant. One of the verses, that is Trinadapi Shunichena Tarorapi Sahishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. That what are we supposed to do? Kirtaniya Sadahari. Our goal is to always chant the holy names of the Lord. But how can we do it perfectly? Trinadapi Shunichena. We need to be more humble than a blade of grass. Tarorapi Sahishnuna. We need to be more tolerant than a tree. And we need to be a manina. Don't expect any respect from others. And manadena. Rather give respect to everyone. And in such a humble mood, in such consciousness, that is when you will be able to chant, you will be able to purely chant, always chant the holy names of the Lord. So, once, a long time ago, I read a book by an author named Dale Carnegie. And in that book, the book's title was How to Make Friends and Impress Everyone, something like that. So in that book, he gives a tip that give respect to everyone and don't expect respect from anyone. So I was amazed how a materialistic book has the same message that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives in Sikshastakam. So this Tarorapi Sahishunam, being more tolerant than a tree, is not just a recommendation, it is a requirement, it is a must if we want to sincerely chant. Because if we don't be tolerant than a tree, then the holy name will not penetrate our heart, and we will never be able to purely chant, because it is the soil, this mood is the soil in which the seed of devotion will germinate. And Srila Prabhupada used to call this mood of being more tolerant than a tree, he used to call it the key to success in chanting. Prabhupada gave an example that just like sugar will only dissolve in water, you can't dissolve sugar in oil, right? So similarly, the holy name will only reveal its sweetness in a heart that is purified by these divine qualities of humility and tolerance. So this mode of being more tolerant than a tree is a must for chanting properly. So today, out of these 8 verses that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, we will talk about this particular phrase, Tarorapi Sahishnunam, being more tolerant than a tree. So this is not just a line of Sanskrit, Tarorapi Sahishnunam. It is the extent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's humility. It is the mood he demands from us. So this mood of being more tolerant than a tree is our compass. It is the one that guides us, that what is our aim in our spiritual life. Our aim is to always chant, and it guides us into how to do it. We can do it with humility and tolerance, like grass and tree. So why a tree? We would wonder why personality like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a combined incarnation of Radharani and Krishna, why would he set a tree as a standard for devotees' mood for chanting properly? So the reasons I have put some of the reasons why tree. So first of all, tree gives us everything and without expecting anything in return. So the tree gives us shade even to those who cut it. It gives the fruits even to those who throw stones at it. It gives the wood even if that means its own destruction. And it gives shelter even to that person who is going to cut it. So regardless of who it is, a tree is equal to everyone, and it just gives and it gives. And that is the same mood Krishna has. Krishna always gives and gives, and then on top of that he forgives, and us, we get and we forget. So this mood of giving, always be giving, is the essence of Vaishnava character. In Bhagavad Gita 5.25, Krishna says how a devotee is supposed to be. Sarva bhuta hite rataha. He is supposed to be a well-wisher of everyone. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj also says, he says, Swastiyastu vishwasya kala prasidatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mithodiyam manascha bhadram bhadata jadhokshaje aveshyatam no matirapya haituki. May there be good fortune, may there be auspiciousness all over the world. May all the envious people be pacified, and may all the Bhutani, all the living beings, they become devotees, so that they will automatically wish good for everyone else. So this is a mood of a devotee, and a tree symbolizes that mood of devotee. And the tree has tolerance even in harsh conditions. Tree stands under the scorching sun. It tolerates sun, but what does it give us? It gives us shade. Tree stands tall in the heat, in the snow, in the rain, but it never complains. These days there are school holidays going on. So this Wednesday I took my younger one to an activity, Snow for Kids in Upper Mount Devi. So there, as we were entering, he saw a tree and someone had put a camera on the tree. So he's asking me that who put camera on a tree? Don't they know that tree is a living thing? Wouldn't it hurt the tree? So like that, we do everything and anything with the tree. Sometimes we cut it furniture or firewood or cooking. We do all sorts of things to the tree, but tree never complains. So Srila Prabhupada says that this mood, he writes in the purport for a Nectar of Instruction, verse 3, that we, even if we get insulted, even if we get humiliated, we should never complain, just like a tree never complains, if we want to advance in our spiritual life. And the tree lives for others, just like sannyasis. It's always giving and not expecting anything in return. And the tree teaches us humility through silence. So as we said, the tree gives us so much in material world. For example, if we are invited to someone's house, say for a housewarming party or birthday party, and we take some gifts, we always write our name, that this gift is with love, with best wishes, we write our name. But tree gives us so much, just like Krishna gives us everything we have is given to us by Krishna. But he doesn't bother to write his name everywhere, that this is given to us by him. So tree does the same thing. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to connect with this humility of the tree. And it is the core mindset of a devotee. We can perform the Yuga Dharma. We can perfect our spiritual life in this very life. He has given us what needs to be done, Kirtaniya Sadahari, and how to do it. It is by being humble, like a tree. So, and Krishna wants us to be, so we said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to be tolerant. Krishna also wants us to be tolerant. In one of the verses in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjun that Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agamapaino nityas tam stitikshva bharata. That matra sparshastu, because of the contact between the sparsha, contact between the senses and the sense objects, there will be changes, there will be dualities in life. Shitoshna sukha dukkada, just like seasons. There will be shita, there will be cold season, there will be ushna, there will be summer. Sukha, dukkha, the dualities of happiness, distress, they will always come in our life. But they are agama paino. They are agama means appearing, and apaina means disappearing. So they will always come and go in our life. But the thing is, they are anityas. They are not permanent. They are temporary. So what do? How can you fight the seasons? Can you fight the seasons? No, you just have to tolerate. You have to protect yourself. So Krishna tells Arjun that Tam Stitikshva Bharata, O descendant of my great devotee Bharat Maharaj, Arjun, you just learn to tolerate it. Another Bhagavatam verse, an incarnation of Krishna, Kapil Dev. He is talking to his mother Devahuti, and he describes the symptoms of a devotee. So he says that Titikshava Karunika Suhrada Sarvadehinam Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhubhushanam. So what are the symptoms of a devotee? 5 symptoms. Titikshava. Titiksha means tolerance. Karunika, devotee is supposed to be compassionate. Suhrada Sarvadehinam, he is supposed to be friends of all the living beings. He should be wishing well for all the humans, insects, animals, should be considerate of all the jivas. And Ajata Shatrava, he should have no enemies. and he should be shanta, very peaceful. So these are the 5 symptoms of a devotee, and titikshava, tolerance, is the first of it. And in Srimad Bhagavatam we see many examples of devotees being tolerant. We see Vidurji. Vidurji was insulted and humiliated by Duryodhan. And his own brother Dhritarashtra, he failed to protect him. But Vidurji, without holding any grudge, he just peacefully leaves the palace, and he uses this humiliation for his own spiritual upliftment. He goes to various pilgrimages, he meets various sages, asks them questions, and he advances himself in his spiritual life rather than holding onto any grudges for Dhritarashtra or Duryodhan. And when he even comes back to Hastinapur, it is not for after the Kurukshetra war and all the Kauravas are dead. When he comes back, he doesn't come back to take revenge or to taunt Dhritarashtra. Even at that time, he comes back for the spiritual upliftment of Dhritarashtra. So Vidurji is an example in Srimad Bhagavatam of a devotee's mood of gracefully living and using any insult or any adverse situation to his own spiritual advantage. Then we see the example of Draupadi. In the Kurukshetra war, Draupadi's 5 sons, they were sleeping on the battlefield, when in the camps, in the army camps, they were sleeping. And at night, Ashwatthama, he killed these 5 sleeping children at night time. And when the Pandavas found this out, Bhim was so raged that he wanted to kill Ashwatthama right away. Arjun went and he grabbed Ashwatthama and he threw him at the feet of Draupadi. But when Draupadi looks at him, she says that Ashwatthama, he is the son of your Guru Maharaj, Dronacharya, and he is a Brahmana. So I don't want to kill him because I don't want his mother to go through the same pain I have gone through. So we should forgive him. So Draupadi, and apart from this one incident, Draupadi went through so many difficulties and challenges throughout her life. The humiliation of being disrobed in the assembly full of men, of her elders, her fatherly figures, the humiliation, helplessness that she felt, and in that helplessness, when she tolerated and she called out for Krishna that, "O Govinda, O the resident of Dwarka, O master of gopis, I am being humiliated, I am being insulted by these Kauravas. Do you know this? Please come and save me, otherwise I am going to drown in this ocean of humiliation." So when she prays to Krishna like that, Krishna reciprocated. Draupadi in Srimad Bhagavatam, she is an example of forgiveness. And Parikshit Maharaj. After the Kurukshetra war, when there was a lot of destructions, all the Kauravas had died, and millions of people had died, then Yudhishthira Maharaj becomes the king, and he is ruling according to dharma, but always with a guilt. He was thinking that I am the reason for all this devastation. Just to put me on the throne, all these people had to die. So even though he does rule with religiousness, righteousness, but after a few years he decides that it is time for me to retire and pass on the kingdom to the next generation. But as we said, the next generation, the 5 sons of Pandavas, they were already killed. So then Yudhishthira appoints the grandson of Arjun, Parikshit Maharaj, as the king of Dhritarashtra, Hastinapur. and he leaves, he retires. So like that, Parikshit Maharaj becomes the king, and once he decides that I want to go and travel throughout my kingdom to see how my subjects are living and how dharma is being followed in my kingdom. So he goes, and in that travel he accomplishes a great mission. He sees a scene when a bull and a cow, a bull is standing on one leg only, 3 legs are already broken, and the cow is crying, and there is a Shudra who is in dress of a king. He is beating this innocent cow and the bull. So Parikshit Maharaj sees this scene, and he does his own investigation. He finds out who is the culprit. So this Shudra, he was actually Kaliyug personified. So Parikshit Maharaj punishes Kali Purush and restricts him in 4 places only. So by mercy of Parikshit Maharaj, we have now, we have still got dharma in Kali Yuga, and dharma is restricted, Kali Yuga is restricted in 4 places only. So after completing this mission, then Parikshit Maharaj continues his travel, and he is tired, exhausted, hungry, thirsty. He hasn't eaten or drank anything in many days. So in his travel, he reaches the ashram, the hermitage of Samik Rishi, and he asks for some water from Samik Rishi. But Samik Rishi was in deep meditation, so he does not respond. But in that moment, Parikshit Maharaj is very frustrated, tired, angry. So he takes offense and he leaves that place thinking that Samik Rishi has insulted me. So when he is leaving, he sees a dead snake. So Parikshit Maharaj thinks that Samik Rishi has given me a cold treatment. So I am going to do the same. I am going to put this cold snake around his neck. So he picks up that snake with his arrow and puts it around the neck of Samik Rishi. And Samik Rishi is still in meditation. He doesn't even realize what has happened and he does not react. And then Parikshit Maharaj leaves for his palace. On the way, he starts thinking what just happened, and he realizes his mistake. He regrets his mistake. So, and just then he gets the news that Samik Rishi's son, he has cursed him that he will die because he put a snake around father's neck. The son curses Parikshit Maharaj that he will die by being bitten by a snake in 7 days. So at that time Parikshit Maharaj accepts this curse with folded hands. He does not retaliate, does not respond. And he decides that he will renounce everything and he will go to the bank of river Ganga and fast till his death. And he, by divine arrangement, Shukdev Goswami, the son of Vyasdev, also happens to reach there at the bank of river Ganga. And then Parikshit Maharaj asks him, what should a person who is supposed to die in 7 days should do? What is the duty of such a person whose death is so near? And that's how Shukdev Goswami narrates the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, and we have access to that nectar even now. So we see that Parikshit Maharaj, he took offense in one occasion. When Samik Rishi did not welcome him properly, he did tit for tat. Cold treatment, and he gave cold treatment to Samik Rishi. But in another occasion, when Samik Rishi's son Shringi curses him, he does not do this tit for tat. At that time, he tolerates. So this decision, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks us to be tolerant, but we are ordinary jivas living in this material world. So that decision when to be tolerant and when not to be tolerant, when to do tit for tat and when not to do tit for tat, that is always always a confusion. There is always a turmoil that goes on in our mind. So, the answer to our question, when should we be tolerant and when we can not be tolerant, the answer comes from a Srimad Bhagavatam verse, this one. So 1:18:48, where Parikshit Maharaj says that Tiraskrita vipralabdha Shabda kshipta hata api Nasya tat pratikurvanti Tad bhakta prabhavopihi. So, devotees of the Lord, even when they are put in these 5 challenging situations, when they are tiraskrita, when they are neglected, when they are vipralabdha, they are cheated, shapta, they are being cursed, kshipta, they are being disturbed, or even hata, even when they are being killed, they do not pratikurvanti. Pratikurvanti means you did this, so I will do this. Tit for tat. So devotees of the Lord, they do not do that. Yes, when we are in situations like this, we may have strong urge that I also want to do the same thing to this person. But should we do it or not? That decision comes with the answer of the question, do we want to be a devotee? This is what a devotee does. If we want to be a devotee of the Lord, then we cannot afford to do pratikurvanti, to tit for tat treatment. So, we will learn from Parikshit Maharaj, how to be tolerant. Similarly, Dhruv Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto, we see that Dhruv Maharaj, after he becomes the king, years after he has the darshan of the Lord personally, when he becomes the king, once his brother Uttam, he goes to forest and he never returns. So Dhruv Maharaj finds out that one of the yaksha has killed him. So Dhruv Maharaj attacks the whole Alkapuri, the capital of Yaksha dynasty, and he attacks with his whole army, with all the weapons, and he just does a massacre. All the battlefield turns into red with the blood, and he is so angry. So at that time his grandfather Swayambhu Manu appears and asks him, he doesn't chastise him or gets angry on him, he just asks him one question, that you are supposed to be a devotee of the Lord, you are the one who has had darshan of the Lord at the age of 5 years. So why are you punishing the whole Yaksha dynasty for the sin of one Yaksha? You are supposed to be tolerant. So when he is given these instructions by his grandfather Swayambhu Manu, he calms down and he prays to the Kuvera, who is the demigod of Yakshas, and he begs his forgiveness. So Kuvera also forgives him. So we see with the example of Dhruv Maharaj that revenge is not what we need. What we need is remembrance of the Lord. We don't need to hurt others, but we need to heal ourselves. And there is another example in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sati, the wife of Lord Shiva. So once her father, Daksha Prajapati, arranges a Vajpayee Yagna, sacrifice, and he invites all the demigods, sages, Gandharvas, Apsaras, he invites everyone, but he does not invite his own daughter Sati and her husband Lord Shiva, because he is envious towards Lord Shiva. So then when Sati sees all these demigods and their wives getting dressed into nice clothes and ornaments, they are going towards his father's house. She tells Lord Shiva that we should also go. And Lord Shiva says that one should not go to a place where they are uninvited, even though it is the place of their relative or close friend. But Sati says, why do I need an invitation to go to my own father's house? I will go. So they end up going. And when they reach there, Sati's mother, her sisters, they welcome her warmly. But her father, Daksha Prajapati, doesn't even look at her. He does not give any respect to Lord Shiva. So Sati gets hurt. She takes offense. And she chastises her father for not giving any respect to her husband, Lord Shiva. So, and then she is unable to bear the insult of her husband, and she jumps in the same sacrificial fire, and she she gives up her body. Saying that Lord Shiva, who did not take initially he did not take offense to not being given any respect by the Prajapati, but when his wife is in the fire, then he also gets angry. He cuts the head of Daksha Prajapati and so the whole fire sacrifice gets destroyed. So who did Sati harm? She harmed herself. She harmed her father, Daksha Prajapati. She harmed her husband, Lord Shiva. So when we do this, when we be intolerant, when we do this tit for tat reciprocation, we don't harm the opposite person. We harm ourselves more than the opposite person. So if great devotees like Dhruv Maharaj, Sati, Parikshit Maharaj, if they sometimes become intolerant, even though they are great devotees, sometimes in some moments they also become intolerant. So what to speak of us? We are ordinary jivas living in the material world, and we are, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that we always live with three of our enemies. He says, Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nashana atmana kama krodhas tatha lobha tasmat eta trayam tyaje. That in material world, we are always living with three of our enemies: Kam, lust, Krodha, anger, and Lobha, our greed. So before anyone else becomes our enemy, our internal enemies, these Kam, Krodha, and Lobha, our lust, envy, and our anger, they damage us. So we saw what we saw. We have our internal enemies. Yes, we are living in the material world. Yes, we have our internal enemies trying to pull us down. But we need to ask ourselves what we want to be. We want to be the devotees of the Lord. So in that status of devotee, we have to be tolerant. So we saw with this verse, Tiraskrita Vipralabdha, what the devotees of the Lord do, and what else, how else they deal with the challenging situations. Devotees, it comes in 10th canto of Bhagavatam. It's a very sweet verse where Brahmaji says what devotees of the Lord do in challenging situations. So he says, Tatte nukampam susamikshamanom Bhunjana evatmakritam vipakam Ridvagvapubir vidhan namaste Jivetayo mukti pade sadayavak. So when devotees of the Lord are in difficult situations, what do they do? Tattenu kampa. Susamikshamano. Susamiksh means eagerly waiting. And what do they eagerly wait for? Tatte anukampa. Anukampa means mercy. They eagerly wait for the mercy of the Lord. And while they do, and why? Because bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Because they know that what I am facing is atma kritam. Atma kritam means the karma, the activities that we have done in our past lives. Their vipakam, their fruits are the ones that come as challenging situations, as insults, as humiliation in this life. So devotees know this. So they just silently suffer, they just silently eat the fruits of their own past karma, while Ridva Vapubir Ridhan Namaste, they pay obeisances to the Lord with their heart, their vacha, their speech, and their body. So that is what devotees of the Lord do, So if we want to be devotees, we can't afford to create new entanglements, because as devotee we are trying to burn our previous karma. We are trying to exhaust them. So yes, we are capable of doing tit for tat. Yes, we are capable of giving a suitable answer, but we should not, because we don't want to create further entanglements. So this tit for tat is a material mentality, and it will keep us in material world only. But if we want to go to the spiritual world, if we want to go to Krishna, then this mentality, this anarthas, our anger, our envy, our greed, they don't belong there. So if we do this tit for tat, if we be intolerant, then we will always remain in the material world, because we'll keep creating more karma, and we'll keep coming back here in the material world. So this is how ordinary people react by doing tit for tat. Srila Prabhupada used to say that devotees of the Lord can't do this, because devotees of the Lord are never ordinary. Even though devotees look ordinary, they are never ordinary people. So we can't not be tolerant. And devotees have faith in Krishna's word that Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktya pranashyate. Krishna promises that, O Arjun, declare it boldly that my devotee will never get perished. So if we have faith in Krishna's words, then we won't take matter into our own hands and do retaliation. If somebody wrongs a devotee, then Krishna is watching. Krishna is the supreme controller. So if we have faith in that promise of Krishna, then we will leave it up to Krishna. And when we be tolerant and we don't retaliate, we perform an austerity of the heart. In Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami says, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jigava Vegam, Udarupastha Vegam, Etan Vegan Yovisaheta Dhira, Sarvam Apima Prithvim Sasishyat. That a devotee is supposed to control all these vega, all these urges. So, this manasa vega, krodha vega, the urges of our mind and our anger, our mind tells us that this person did this to you, so you must do something. But when we control those urges, when we control the urge to be intolerant and retaliate, then we are qualified to be called a devotee. So we will, we are ordinary people, and we all do this. When we get insulted or humiliated, we do tit for tat. our name is not in the Bhagavatam. If we were great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and if we had tolerance of that level, our name would also be in the Bhagavatam. It's not. So, we are devotees, but we are devotees in making. We are work in progress. So, at some time or other, we all behave like this. We all, even if we don't put it in practice, at least mentally, we do that. So, let's try to think why we do it. Why we decide to be intolerant. Why we decide to give tit for tat. And unless we go to the root of it, unless we ask ourselves why I do it, then it will never reach our heart and we'll never stop doing it. So there are a few reasons why we do it. It satisfies our ego. When someone insults us or doesn't appreciate us, humiliates us, then we feel that my ego has been punctured, and we try to fix it by giving a response of the same frequency or more frequency. And second reason is we want control. We think that if I don't respond, then the other person will think that I am weak. So we want to claim the control back, that I am the one in control, I am the boss here. So that's why we do tit for tat. And the third reason is, I won't let you do it to me again. We think that if I tolerate this, then this person will do this to me again. Next one is, I will not let you do it to anyone else. And we think that I must take charge. If I don't fix this person now, then they will repeat this behavior to other people. So we think that I am the controller and I can fix this person. So in that hope, we also not be tolerant. Then we want them to feel the same pain we experience. So I suffered, now you also suffer. That's another reason why we behave like that. Then there is an animalistic mentality. Animals, when another animal attack them, if they bite them, instantly they will bite the other animal. So we also do that. You bite me, I'll bite you. We don't think, we don't even try to think why this is happening to me. And then the reason is, I will settle the score. We think that if I don't give it back to them, then it will be a burden on my heart that I didn't do anything. I was a doormat, and then now everyone will just walk over me all the time. So we don't want that, and that's why we give it back. And the last one is, it's payback time. So in my childhood, we in our culture, everyone used to keep a book in the family. Whenever we have marriage in our family, the guests, they will bring the gifts, and we would write down who gave what on which occasion. And we will keep that book for years. And next time when the guests have a occasion in their family, we refer to that book, what they gave to us. And normally they will give gifts like, household things or utensils. So if they gave us pressure cooker, we will give them pressure cooker and something else. If they gave us a blender, we'll give them a blender and something else, something of same or more value. So like that, our mind also keeps like this secret spreadsheet, an Excel sheet, where it records who did what to me and how I will reciprocate, how I will give it back to them. So that is a great obstacle in our bhakti. There is an example in Mahabharata of Amba. Amba was one of the daughters of king of Kashi. So Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. So Amba was the oldest daughter, and Bhishma, he came these girls were going to have their Swayamvar, and Bhishma came before their Swayamvar, and he fought with all the kings, and he abducted all these three girls so that his younger brother Vichitravirya could marry these three girls. So when he was taking these girls back, Amba tells Bhishma that actually I am in love with this king of Shalva, so I cannot marry your brother. So Bhishma said, okay, if that's the case, I will arrange for you to go back to king of Shalva, you marry him. So when she goes to him, Shalva says, no, now you have been with Bhishma, so I will not accept you. So then Shalva sends her back. Then she comes to Bhishma and she says, you are the reason for my humiliation. So now you marry me. You are the one who kidnapped me, now you marry me. So Bhishma says, it's not possible. I am celibate. I can't marry you. So then she says, you should have thought that before you kidnapped me. And like that, Amba thinks that Bhishma is the reason for my humiliation. And she decides that she will be the reason for Bhishma's death. So long story short, Amba takes, she does many austerities. Lord Shiva gives her a benediction, and after many births, she comes as the daughter of Drupad, King Drupad, and she comes as a woman, but then later she gets transformed into a male, so she's a transgender. And in the war of Kurukshetra, she ends up being the reason why Bhishma is killed. So Amba took this long route of not being tolerant and retaliating and giving tit for tat. But in the end, who did she harm? She harmed herself. She prolonged her spiritual journey. In the end, she is the one who delayed her process of going back to Krishna. So, like that, when we be intolerant, we cause suffering to ourselves only. So, the decision, the choice is ours. If we want to burn our suffering through our tolerance, or if we want to burn in suffering because of being intolerant. We have, this topic is a vast topic. There is a lot to say, but because Aarti has started, we'll all raise, and some other time, Krishna willing, we can continue this topic. Hare Krishna. All glory to Krishna Prabhupada. Let's all raise for Aarti. Shri Shri Radha Giri Govardhan Thakur's